Hey guys, we got a new product drop for you guys this week. Icon has just released their professional angle open and wrench set. This is an 8-piece set. It's a non-skip set running from 10 to 17, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. No 19 in this set, and we'll talk a little more about that. But the part number for this set is WE0M 8, and that could be a 0 or that could be an O. But this could be found obviously on Harbor Freight's website or directly in their store itself. And like I said, guys, brand new set that dropped. And what's unique about this set is, well, it's an angled set, so both double open end. Um, and it's different in that the angles are not your traditional, let's say here, 15-degree, right? Or even some of your traditional wrenches are even a 0 degree, right? Like the Wera Jokers are 0. So let's take a look. Let's open it up real quick and let you guys see inside what all comes with this. Now, once again, Icon likes to develop these package trays. Let's see if we can pull it out here real quick. There you go. These toolbox packaging trays, they are rather thick. They're tempting to be similar to, say, your Snap-ons, your Maccos, where you could organize your trays. But my first gripe right out of the box is all of this empty dead space and all this empty depth. So for me, I doubt I'm going to keep this. And looking at the plastic, it's the same, right? Plastic. It's relatively hard, but there's cardboard underneath it that comes right out. So I thought the cardboard, it does not have much heft to it. So I would imagine over time that would quickly break. So let's take a quick look though. We'll pull these out and we'll start with the number 14. Now, what these have going for them is the angle on the end. Now, these don't have a box end, right? Like your traditional end wrench. These are open-ended, and the degrees for both of these are 30 and 60 degrees. Now you may ask yourself, why do I need a tool like this? And I would say for your average shade tree mechanic, you may or may not need this, or may not think that you need this. But for professionals, this is a very handy tool for very tight places. And I would say specifically for hose fittings, tight hose fittings in tight locations. And I like it too, is this is actually a narrow profile. So easy to get in there for a tight hose fitting that may have a compressed fitting on the other side, and then maybe you're butted up against whatever the funnel threads are that you're on. So that is a nice feature. Now they're relatively short, not super long, and that kind of fits the dynamic. You're using these in a tight location, and you want them to be relatively small, relatively compact. Now, another feature that's worth noting is the jaw opening and the amount of material used. Now, you can take a look here. I'll just take a gear wrench, and you could see side by side. I'll pull this in a little bit closer for you guys. But it even has a narrower head cross section here for getting in those tighter locations. And I actually like that. And I think, let me pull up this one as well. I believe it's about on par, if not just a little bit narrower than Icon's ratcheting wrench, which I like that profile. Now, some may argue that you're giving up some stability, some strength within the jaws, as it will attempt to press these open. But remember, guys, you are once again getting into a tight location with this. You are not going to be able to build as much leverage on a wrench like this. But that even said, this is, I would imagine, adequate. Now, like many other end wrenches, these are made from a chrome molybdenum steel, which is a plenty strong steel. So, markings on it, once again, very reminiscent of Snap-on's font. I do like that they're actually putting part numbers on the individual pieces. So this part number for the 14 millimeter is WE0M14. And these are all stamped, and they're actually nicely stamped. right? It doesn't. There's no die cuts in there or extra indentations, and it's fairly deep. So I would give them credit that they've done a good job. Now, traditionally, the Icon line is made in Taiwan, and this set is also made in Taiwan. So Taiwan quality is relatively good. So I imagine these will be quite good as well. We could also take a quick look at. I want to see the openings, the jaw opening, and see how accurate it is for these 14 millimeters. And we'll actually do both sides real quick just to see how much variance there might be. So we'll give it a quick click. Actually, double make sure we're zeroed. Looks good. All right, let's give it a shot. Hopefully you guys can see here as we do this. So we want to get down to its lowest number, 14.07. That is a good strong reading. Double check here. Towards the mouth, 14.03. So that is very tight. It's also worth noting that these even have a taper at the mouth, which is very nice as you're attempting to find and reach whatever bolt or fastener it is that you're getting towards. So not all manufacturers still do this. I appreciate this because you're typically reaching in blind or somewhat blind to tighten or loosen a fastener. So very nice feature. So 1407 was the one. And this one is 1409, just a slight difference. We'll just move down the mouth a little bit to see how close we get. 1409. 1409, we'll go back to the top here, just double check. 1408. Okay, so pretty close. Let's double check that. I think this is 1407. Let's double check. Yeah, 1407. So those are relatively close in size of that jaw. And I like that it has the tighter tolerances. So Icon has done a good job. We'll do a quick number on 17, just to get a good idea for a larger one. A little looser, 71.18. But on a larger opening, that's allowable. But not anywhere in a bad zone. Let's double check this one. So 1, 2. I'll double check. I'll pick another location on this one just to double check. Okay, that's better. Went down to 1, 4 and 1, 2. So well within the tolerances, and still a nice tight wrench. In the hand, guys, it's got a nice curvature to it. The finish throughout, I'm going to take a look at it here. It looks nice. It's smooth. It's got a nice mirror finish. The chrome looks, very well applied. And then double checking down some of those jaws. I mean, that's a mirror finish, guys. That is a nice casting there and finish work. So, yeah, that is actually quite nice. So, yeah, all in all, this is a nice set. It is 8 pieces. Again, 30 and 60 degrees are your offsets on both ends. And Taiwanese made. Stamping's great. You can find them by their part number. I'm hoping that Harbor Freight is now allowing you to get these by each piece and not have to return your full set to get a new one. I know there's complications that with some of their items. But this, all in all, looks to be a good set. I do wish they went one more to 19 because 19 is still a common size with obviously the millimeter sets, and most sets come in, 10 through 19. So I would like to see that change. I mean, I prefer not to see a 16, right? Skip 16, give me 17 and 19. Some of you may agree, some of you may disagree. But all in all, great set. Chuck the box. Pricing on these, pricing I think was about $69 for the set, which is actually, in comparison to the professional sets, a good price. Many of those sets are well over $100. I think even one that's very similar in the marketplace right now is, I think it's 140 for their set. Although I think theirs goes up to a 19. But for the money, I think this is actually one of the better buys for Icon wrenches. And once again, with it being a Harbor Freight tool, you do have a lifetime warranty. So have an issue, take it back, they'll replace it. Mine's always been good about that. It may depend locally on how they treat you at your store, but they treat me right at my location. So anyways, guys, hang in there and keep watching, and please like and subscribe. We'll have more videos, and click the link I'll put here for more tools that we review here on this channel. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.